Eu tô aqui, I'm here. Fala, pessoal. Desculpa a demora. Tava fechando a janela. Tudo bom? Como vão vocês? Fala, Ono. Muito obrigada pelo seu resub, Vitor Chum. Mais uma vez, salvando o dia por 17 meses seguidos. É muito amorzito. Valeu pelo trem. Certo. Boa noite. I'm good. Hoje é dia de gastar o inglês. Então só vamos nos gastar o inglês. Let's go! Ok. Ah, não, peraí. Deixa eu fazer uma coisa. Isso mesmo. Prontinho. Agora sim. Nós paramos aqui na NÉAH. Tá dando pra me ouvir certinho? Acho que sim, né? Right. Deal with your own crisis. Crisis resolved. It was no doubt harrowing and suspenseful. But, in the meantime, you have left your client player in the lurch. Ideally, she has not gotten herself into too much trouble. And ideally, the dramatic irony has not gotten so thick you could draw a dotted line on it with a tube of lipstick and cut it in half with a chainsaw. Return to serving client. Oh no. Minha reação tá até pior do que a Kanai. So that's why she had you make this dress for her? And you just went along with it like a sucker. Ugh, you're such an idiot. Baixar aqui o volumezinho do negócio. Nossa, tá até chorando de frustração. Fala, Vimones. Muito obrigada pelo abraço. Como vai você? Outro abraço pra tu. Por que tá falando meu nome o tempo todo? Só falou, oh no. Oh no. There, sweetheart. Eu vou bem também, obrigado por perguntar. Kanaya, it's hard. Being a kid and growing up, it's hard. And nobody understands. Try to understand. Ah, finalmente, aquilo que eu tentei explicar na live passada e falhei miseravelmente vai ser explicado hoje. The problem is that, when the subject of troll romance is brought, our sparing human intellects instantly assume the most ingratiating posture of surrender imaginable. But we will do our best to understand regardless. Humans have only one form of romance, and though we consider it a complicated subject, spanning a wide range of emotions, social conventions, and implications for reproduction, it is ultimately a superficial slice of what trolls consider the full body of romantic experience. Our concept of romance, in spite of its capacity to fill our art and literature and to rule our individual destinies like little else, is still just that, a single linear concept, a concept usually denoted by a single symbol, heart. Troll romance is more complicated than that. Troll romance needs 4 symbols. Esses aqui. Concupiscent, red romance. Conciliatory, black romance. I want your love and I want your... Ah, não, isso é bad romance. Their understanding of romance is divided into halves, and halved again, producing 4 quadrants. The flushed quadrant, the caliginous quadrant, the pale quadrant, and the ashen quadrant. Eles gostam de baralho. Eles gostam pra baralho, né? Each quadrant is grouped by the half they share, whether horizontally or vertically, depending on the overlapping properties one examines. The sharpest dichotomy from an emotional perspective is drawn between red romance and black romance. Red romance, comprised of the flushed and pale quadrants, is a form of romance rooted in strongly positive emotions. Black romance, with its colliginous and ashen quadrants, is rooted in the strongly negative. On the other hand, the vertical bifurcation has to do with the purpose of the relationship, regardless of the emotions behind it. Those quadrants which are concupiscent, the flushed and colliginous, have to do with facilitating the elaborate reproductive cycle of trolls. Those which are conciliatory, the pale and ashen, would be more closely likened to platonic relationships by human standards. There are many parallels between human relationships and the various facets of troll romance. Humans have words to describe relationships of a negative nature or of a platonic nature. The difference is, for humans, those relationships would never be conceptually grouped with romance. Establishing those sort of relationships for humans is not driven by the same primal forces that drive our tendency to couple romantically. But for trolls, those primal forces involve themselves in the full palette of these relationships, red or black, torrid or friendly. Trolls typically feel strongly compelled to find balance in each quadrant and seek gratifying relationships that each describes. The challenge is particularly tortuous for young trolls, who must reconcile the wide range of contradictory emotions associated with this matrix, while understanding the nature of their various romantic urges for the first time. Of course, young humans have this challenge too, but for trolls, the challenge is fourfold. Então, nós temos apenas romance, e eles têm, 4 tipos diferentes de romance, inclusive coisas negativas, o que nós não atribuímos desse jeito. Examine flushed quadrant. Okay. When two individuals find themselves in the flush quadrant together, they are said to be mate sprites. Mate spriteship is the closest parallel to the human concept of romance trolls have. It plays a role in the troll's reproductive cycle, just as it does for humans. This is pretty obvious. Not much more needs to be said about this. Moving right along. Certo? Esse aqui é o mais fácil de entender. Romance. Normal. Legal. Examine colliginous quadrant. Certo? When a pair of adversaries delve into this quadrant, they become each other's kismeses. As one of the concupiscent quadrants, it plays a role in procreation as well. There is no particularly good human translation for this concept. The closest would be an especially potent arch rivalry. Seria um romance tóxico em que as duas pessoas fazem mal uma para outra. Um relacionamento tóxico, não necessariamente um romance. Uma super inimizade que parte dos dois lados. Como é que é o nome disso? Eu esqueci a palavra, mas enfim. For instance, human players would never be able to adequately diagnose the relationship between the queen and her arch-agent, but troll players could immediately place it as a dead ringer for kismecitude. They would think we were all pretty stupid for not getting it, and they would be right. Trolls have a complicated reproductive cycle. It's probably best not to examine it in much detail. The need to seek out concupiscent partners comes with more urgency than typical reproductive instincts. When the imperial drone comes knocking, you had better be able to supply genetic material to each of his filial pals. If you have nothing to offer, he will kill you without hesitation. The genetic material, without going into much detail, is a combinative genetic mix from the mate sprite and Kismesis pairs, respectively. The pales are all offered to the mother grub, who can only receive such pre-combined material. She then combines all of it into one incestuous slurry and begins her brooding. This doesn't mean the initial combination was for naught, however. In the slurry, more dominant genes rise to the fore, while the more recessive find less representation in the brood. Especially strong mate sprites and Kismesis pairings yield more dominant genetic material. The more powerful the complement or potent the rivalry, the more dominant the genes. Fala, Matheus, seja bem-vindo, como vai? Então é isso, romance é bom e ser inimigos é bom também. Quanto mais forte for o relacionamento, não importa se é bom, se é ruim, tá bom pra reproduzir. Pros trolls. Troll reproduction sure is weird. We all take a moment to lament how pedestrian the human reproductive system is, and further lament that the phrase incestuous slurry is not a feature of common parlance in human civilization. Examine Ashen Quadrant. Certo. Trolls pensam como meu tio. Porra, seu tio é um troll. This quadrant involves a particular type of three-way relationship of a black romantic nature. Falling on the conciliatory side, it has no bearing on the reproductive cycle, except for indirect ramifications. When two trolls are locked in a feud or some otherwise contentious relationship, one can intervene and become their auspices. The auspices mediates between the two, playing the role of a peacekeeper, preventing the feud from boiling over into a fully colliginous rivalry. É a inimizade com o juiz. O juiz fica lá pra deixar as coisas mais justas. Since such lesser feuds are quite common among trolls, there is a significant need for auspicing parties. Without them, too many ashen feuds would become colliginous and begin to conflict with other exclusive Kismesis relationships, leading to a great deal of social complexity and sore feelings, even more so than black romance usually involves. Without auspicitism, the result would be widespread black infidelity. Para não ter muita gente de inimizade um com o outro, porque daí um vai ser inimigo do outro, sendo que já é inimigo de outro, que é inimigo de blá blá blá, muitas inimizades, aí eles preferem ter esses relacionamentos com o juiz aí. Acho que sim, ONU, acho que é mais por aí, para sobreviver e se reproduzir. Aí o deles fica mudando o tempo todo, inconstante. The relationships each quadrant describes tend to be malleable, if not volatile, especially on the concupiscent half, where more torrid emotions reside. It doesn't make much to flip a switch and transmute black room feelings to red room, and vice versa. In many cases, one party will have red feelings while the other has black, but it will often be the case that one party's feelings will swap to match the other's, since there's no quadrant which naturally accommodates such a disparity. But thereafter, it's not uncommon for the two to toggle between red and black in unison now and then. These scenarios naturally result in both red and black infidelities. This sort of relationship volatility is why conciliatory relationships are an important part of true romance. Aí, a Vriska com o Tavros muda em 3 quadrantes diferentes, caraca. And alpistes can stabilize particularly turbulent relationships. If the alpistes fails to mediate properly, or has no interest in the role, or perhaps has different romantic intentions him or herself altogether, then the relationship often quickly deteriorates into one of an especially hostile and torrid nature. There are many outside factors and influences tugging and pulling these relationships in different directions, and unlike humans who have very orderly, simple, straightforward romantic relationships without exception, trolls exist in a state of almost perpetual confusion and generally have no idea what the hell is going on. Being confused by true relationships is one thing we do have in common, though. Oh yeah, that's it. É um relacionamento aberto? Não, aí eu acho que entra em outra... Mas pode ser, né? Pode ser. Examine Pale Quadrant. Esse aqui é o mais próximo de amizade que os trolls têm. Sexo. Quase, Rica, quase. É um sexo com ódio, com amor, com amizade, depende. Fala, Rica Gato-Seto-san. Tudo bom? Como vai tu? Jaburu. Losango, amor. This quadrant presides over moiralgians, the other conciliatory relationship. A reasonable human translation would be the concept of a soulmate, but in a more platonic sense, and with a more specific social purpose. Trolls are a very angry and violent race. Some are more hot-tempered and dangerous than others, to the extent that, if left to their own devices, they would present a serious threat to society, or even to themselves. Such trolls will have an instinctive pale attraction to a more even-tempered troll, who may become their moirail. The moirail is obliged to pacify the other, to function as the better half. The two partners in a strong pale relationship will serve to balance and complement each other's emotional profiles, and thus allow their other relationships to be more successful. It's often ambiguous, especially among young trolls, whether a bond formed between an acquaintance is true moiralgians, or the usual variety of platonic involvement. Furthermore, romantic intentions of a more flushed nature can often be mistaken for pale leanings, much to the frustration of the suitor. But some pale pairings, as the one above, will be strikingly obvious to all who know them. Atreus. Porra, Matheus. Chegou na hora do Vucu Vucu, talvez. Jaburu foi só pra rimar, calma. And yet, others will seem to have been hatched for each other. Wait, more troll romance exposition, please. Meu Deus do céu. A canalha gosta de servir de auspistiche, né? Impressionante. God, you just can't get enough of this, can you? That would have been a great point for a transition out of this illustrated sociological study, but okay, if you insist. Now see, what's going on here is... It's perfectly simple. When the full matrix of troll romance is in action, we have... Hey, why don't you figure it out? You should be an expert on all this by now, anyway. Ficou muito difícil de explicar, a pessoa só... O narrador só tipo, foda-se. Se vira. Ah, que belezinha vocês se cumprimentando aí. Ok, Ona, até daqui a pouquinho. Bacanal. Você não viu? Eles se reproduzem num balde. Eles colocam fluidos num balde. E os fluidos viram larvas. Enfim. Later, our troll hero would try to explain this to our human hero, attempting to convey all the nuance of troll romance through a nearly verbatim recitation of the preceding excerpts. He would try to describe how rich and textured the troll romantic comedies were compared to the one-dimensional schlock of our human cinematic counterparts. He would barely scratch the surface of troll Will Smith's virtuosity with the delicate lattice of troll romance, as he would assist the bumbling, fudge-blooded troll Kevin James through the interwoven minefield briar patch of redrum and blackrum entanglements, all the while sifting through his own prickly romantic situation and ultimately learning the true meaning of hate and pity. But would they succeed before the Imperial drone came knocking with his thirsty pails at the ready? Yes, they would. But John didn't understand any of this because he's a moron, and he wouldn't shut up about his awful bullshit Earth movies. He would just go on and on and on about that garbage. Will Smith com chifres. But if there was one thing to be hammered through his thick skull, it would be the troll's cultural preoccupation with romantic destiny. Yes, the romantic landscape is rife with false starts and miscues and infidelities. Red and black. Virei uma vaca. Muito obrigado pelo seu Prime. Pelo seu Prime, Kyotaka. Tudo bom? Como vai tu? Puxa uma cadeira, senta no chão, vamos ler Homestuck em inglês de montão. But every troll believes strongly that each quadrant holds one and only one true pairing for them. And it is just a matter of time before the grid is filled with auspicious matchups through the mysterious channels of troll serendipity. In short, their belief is that for each quadrant, there exists a pair of or a triad of trolls somewhere in the cosmos that were... Boa noite, Kyotaka. Made for each other. Agora ele vai tentar de novo trazer esses dois pra história, que ele tava tentando trazer e a pessoa não tava deixando. Wow, another great transition! You wonder if it will stick this time. You have no choice but to take a stab at the rare and extremely dangerous two-time transition combo. Attempt two-time transition combo. Looks like it worked. So who is this guy anyway? Enter name. É o Harry Potter. Your name is Eridan Ampora. Do something awesome. Ele fala que nem um Dalek, né? Bolacha de milho? Isso existe? Eu quero, estou com fome. Passa aí. Pegou uma pistolinha. Wait for it. Wait. Oh. There she blows. Uma fucking baleia. Exterminate. Swoop. Ah, ele vai matar a baleia, pô. Será que a baleia é o Lucius dele? Cacete! Faz um super laser, mano. Que medo. Ih, matou a própria baleia. Fala, rucrilhos! Fish food. Okay, that guy is pretty much squared anyway. What about her? 2-time transition combo. Feferi é melhor. Enter name. Your name is Feferi Peixes. Sim, o nome dela é Peixes. Baleia, baleia, baleia. Do something adorable. Swim! Tá nadando. Ela tá no meio d'água. Ela é a Ariel. Finge que é uma bolacha. Oi? E daí ela captura a baleia que acabou de ser morta. Ok, ela é forte pra caramba. Oh. Yeah. Ah, e daí esse bicho foi comido pelo... O que deve ser o Lusus dela, né? Provavelmente. Oh, go home. That should keep her quiet for a while. At least until she dies. Tá, então aquele é o Lusus dela mesmo. Balista. That should keep her happy for a while. And make a freshly orphaned troll somewhere pretty sad. Ah, então ele matou o Lusus de outra pessoa. Parabéns, Eridan. Examine block. You conveniently return to your respite block so that we may study your variety of interests. This was very considerate of you. Olha o Lusus dele aqui, ó. Nham, 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 nham. Cthulhu? Deve ser um tipo de Cthulhu, mas não é o Clayton, não. Flowing through your veins is nearly the richest blood the hemospectrum has to offer, penultimate on the scale. As such, you are a sea dweller, a subrace of troll distinct from the commoners by mutation and habitat, a caste which rules over the entire species. But ruling, in your will, is not enough. You have an overpowering genocide complex and have made it your sworn duty to kill all land dwellers. You have amassed resource and deadly weaponry from around the world for this ambition through many sweeps of extreme role-playing, while pursuing a working doomsday device which will bring Armageddon to all those on the surface. Haven't had much luck with that, but maybe tonight is your night. You hold a fascination for military history and legendary conquerors. You have dubiously modeled your profile and exploits after the most notorious figures and their stories, which are bristling with the glory of victory and the stink of defeat and political machinations and romantic intrigue. It is an image you are careful to craft through exaggerated emotional theatrics, and your penchant for mass murder notwithstanding, people tend to regard you as a bit of a tool. You also like magic, even though you know it to be fake. Like a made-up friend, the way wizards are. Made up, make-believe, fakey, fake, fakes. It's still fun though. Your troll tag is Caligula's Aquarian, and you speak with a very weird and sort of wavy-sounding accent. You hold off on doing anything for the moment on account of courtesy to fellow royalty. Examine block. Caraca. Deixa eu ler aqui. Mandando inglês brabo, fala Julie. Are you good? How are you? Tudo well? Comi muita paçoca no Natal. Eu comi paçoca ontem, obrigado por perguntar. Estava uma delícia. Comi um doce que a minha mãe faz, muito boa. Lagalagala. Pá. Angelina Jolie. I'm good, thanks. On the subject of courtesy, you have also returned to your block so we can get a better look at you. Again, quite considerate. Royalty sure is civilized. I don't know how to read. You are good. Okay, next. Ok. O quarto dela é Under the Sea, Under the Sea. Oh, parabéns pela sua formação. You are also a sea dweller. You have the most noble blood possible, the only of your kind known to possess it, and the only to share it with a deep-sea monster also known as the Rift's carbuncle, emissary to the horror terrors, or, in more hushed tones, speaker of the vast globe. Caraca, Rucrilhos, foi quase, hein? Thank you for the carinho. Não sei porque que não foi, mas enfim, vou dizer que foi aqui, ó. Foi manual, mas foi. This makes you the heir apparent for Alternian rulership, which ordinarily would place you in considerable jeopardy. Her imperious condescension would steer the flagship from the fleet and make an attempt on your life herself, if not for the protection of your monstrous lusus, and if not forewarned of your race's extinction by the whispers of that lusus, you would have big plans for the throne. All the plans. All of them. You would redefine what it means to be called in troll society. Under your rule, it would mean caring for the unfit and infirm rather than exterminating them. And you would have put this idea into practice by killing the fauna of the deep. You tend to wild and beautiful aquatic hoof beasts, grooming and feeding them daily. You capture and cage cuttlefish by the thousands for their own good, and also because they are funny and colorful and you love them. They often swim through the bars of their cages, but that is fine. You run your whole palace as a sort of wildlife adoption facility, even if the wildlife's need for care is dubious at best, and the practice really just amounts to an elaborate role-playing scenario. It's still fun though. You would also look forward to using your reign to unite the two races. You were told you would do this one day by your lusus, even if it does contradict her message of extinction. Oh well, you suppose not all prophecies can come true. Your troll tag is Cuttlefish Color. And you have a hard time not getting really excited about practically everything. Bastante doce? Bom. Doces são bons. What will you both do? Do something ridiculous. Yes. Fuck yes. Absolutely yes. Hell fucking yes. Bother for furry. Fav. Hey. Glub. Glub glub. Yeah. What is it? What? I am wondering if you can forgo the exaggerated emotional theatrics for once and actually tell me what's on your mind. Nothing's on my mind, but why can't I just fucking talk and glub at you for a reason I don't have? Well, fine, why don't you want to hear it? Yes, I do. We are supposed to talk to each other. That is what moirays are for. Whatever. Glub, 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 glub. Sick. Sai. Sai é suspiro, né? Tipo, will you take the chip off your nub and tell me what's the matter? Yeah, well, okay, since we are the pails of holes a guy could ever ask for, I will tell you, even though you will only humor me as usual since you don't agree with my agenda. Any of my agendas, really? None of the agendas, none of them. Are you fretting over another one of these dumb contraptions?
See? More condescension. You're going to make a hell of an empress.
No, I'm not. But that is beside the point. None of your plots to kill the land dwellers ever work out, and every doomsday device you get your hands on turns out to be a piece of junk.
So, I got to keep trying. That's how all the great military masterminds became great through upright perseverance.
I think deep down you stack these plots against you, so you fail because you know it's wrong.
It isn't wrong. I'm not going to explain it to you again. At this point, all you need to know is it's important to me, and I'm doing it for us. I mean, our kind. Nobody understands, not even you.
This is the last time I will say this. We are not better than anybody.
Glub!
Very puta.
Spectrum begs to differ.
If you're as sickened by them as you say, why do you spend so much time on land? You can't have the sort of affinity for our kind that you profess if you're only spent, what, a few days underwater maybe? In your whole life?
Whatever. I have to keep an eye on them up here. It's all about tactics.
What about your friends? Do you ever think about them? If they are beneath you, then they have to die too. And I know you like talking to some of them. You say you hate them, but I think you are pretending.
History is full of cases where conquerors consort with members of the enemy in a mannerly way before wiping them out. Even going as far as growing fond of some. It's only civilized.
I have a fishy feeling that this stupid doomsday machine thing is just another excuse to consort with someone in particular.
Oh, your feelings are fishy.
Meh.
Glub, 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 glub. Don't you glub in that tone of glub with me, mister. I will glub in whatever dumbest bubbly sound fucking fish noise I would want to glub.
Oh shit, you are angling for so much trouble now.
Okay, please, let's just not get into whole fucking fish pump thing again, okay? Like we get it, we are nautically themed. Hehe, okay. But yeah, I don't know why she ignores me. I guess she just bored with me. We had set it up for her to give me this thing tonight that probably doesn't even work for. But yeah, maybe that wasn't the point. I mean, you think we have a pretty good rivalry going, right? Or at least had. It was a pretty fucking bitter and contentious for a while there, and there was some chemistry. I don't know what happened.
I guess? I wouldn't really know. Sometimes people just drift away, I think. Or just aren't as into the quadrant as the other wants to be. So you really think your feelings for her run that dark?
It doesn't matter. Like I said, she is bored shitless. I guess I'm not as good at adversary as I thought.
That is so ridiculous. Any girl would be lucky to have a kismesis as diabolical as you. Especially that one. Who knows what her problem is? She has issues.
Well, okay, thanks for saying so.
You know, I'm not sure why we never talk about our romantic aspirations. We should more often. It is kind of exciting.
Shrug.
Probably because you fill your gossip quota with your nubby horned bro. You leave nothing left to talk about with your dear sweet Myrel. We're supposed to help each other with that stuff too, remember?
Maybe. Seems kinda odd though.
Your stupid fishy face is what's odd. Have you ever thought about that?
Fine. Well, those are my stupid feelings. What about yours? Seems to me like you get along too well with it, everybody to be harboring any black sentiments. Yeah, I can't think of anybody I feel that way about. Maybe I'm just not old enough to have those feelings yet. We are still pretty young, you know? Yeah. So, okay, those are your black leanings. Leanings. What about red, Aridon? Oh, God. Is there a lucky lady you were waxing scarlet for? Or lucky fellow? Tell me. Don't pretend you're all embarrassed suddenly. Okay, Fav, this is none of your damn business. I gotta go. Be back later, Vivan. It's time to play. Go get a beverage. O Zalek. Exterminate. Another emotionally exhausting conversation. Too many feelings and problems. It couldn't be any clearer to you. You and the sea princess have splashed down hard into the monorail zone, and now you don't know which way is upward. Perhaps tonight you will reveal your true feelings toward her, and then these exaggerated emotional theatrics once and for all, one way or another. You need a stiff drink, but not this well. You're not that desperate. Check fridge. You pay a visit to what the common land dwellers refer to as a thermal hall, instead of the more aristocratic and especially esoteric and alien-sounding term, a refrigerator. Open it. A bunch of unbelievably shitty ones stumble out. Of course you knew theirs were in here. You're not even sure why you looked. Go get a beverage. Another emotionally exhausting conversation. Too many feelings and problems. That guy. Talk about a high-maintenance monorail. Perhaps tonight you will reveal your true feelings toward them, and end these exaggerated emotional theatrics one way or another. You need a sugary drink. Ambos têm uma relação de amizade meio esquisita, mas eles têm sentimentos misteriosos um sobre o outro. O Eridan com certeza quer ser mais do que amigo da Feferi, no sentido romântico. E a Feferi ainda não ficou muito claro pra mim o que ela quer. Underwater, disarm. This is stupid. Ela tá debaixo d'água. O kind da Strife Specials dela é o tridente. É o 2 tridente, né? É o tridente pra lá e pra cá. You decide to unwind and take your mind off the drama for a while before starting the game. You nearly forgot this is going to be an exciting night. Everything you're about to do next is exciting. It is always exciting. You are excited. You unequip, Duns and Tent, a golden double culling fork, a legendary weapon reserved for royalty and generally only used for ceremonial purposes. Disarm. 2 dente. É um 2 tridente. O dele é um rifle. Basic bitch. You unequip Ahab's crosshairs, which is yet another legendary weapon, about as powerful as your kind abstratus will allow. You plundered it from a ghost ship during a particularly challenging campaign. It was the same old gambling and ship from which your accomplice at the time also plundered a set of extraordinarily powerful dice. Ele e a Vriska pegaram tesouros no mesmo barco. You almost feel sorry for the adversaries you will face tonight. They will likely pose neither team much challenge at all, unless one of the links in the prototyping chain includes something especially huge and monstrous. But really, what are the odds of that happening? Bother Vriska.
Ele tenta ser um inimigo mortal pra Vriska, mas a Vriska não tá nem aí pra ele. On the subject of your old accomplice/rival, you guess you'll try talking to her one more time, even though you know she won't answer. You know she's bored shitless with you and your drama. You were almost starting not to care about this stupid doomsday device, which probably won't even work. She probably knows you know it won't work. She has probably put all the pieces together and knows it was an elaborate ruse to be in cahoots with her again. And she just went along with it, playing you for a chump. You are such an idiot. E ela não está lá, porque ela está fazendo as coisas da mãe dela que morreu. Yeah, see? No answer. Bored shitless. Just like you thought. She has much hotter irons in the fire than you these days. But it wasn't that long ago that you were the hottest iron. At the height of your prowess and sea grifts, Marquise Mindfang and Orphaner Dolskar were in alliance an unmatched terror, and in competition, unbridled tempest. Either way, spoils were typically traded and shared. No levels were left for anyone else to gain. None of the levels. Costumavam ser inimigos mortais e trocavam tesouros, mas além disso, não tinha muita coisa não. She would have the victims of your conquest walk the plank. Not the prank, the blank. While you would reap the custodial spoils. Ele matava os pais, ela matava os filhos. Homicídio em dupla. And while yet another partook not in revelry, but necessity. E daí ela alimentava a mãe dela com os cadáveres. She had to keep her fed, to keep her calm, to keep her terrible voice down. If she were to raise it above a whisper, trolls would begin dying. First, the lesser bloods, those more physically susceptible. If she raised it into a shout, all on a planet would die. Land and sea dwellers alike. And if she were ever to get really upset, she might release the Vesclop, a psychic shockwave that would exterminate every troll in the galaxy. In truth, it would be all too easy to solve the land dwellers' problems once and for all. You just need to light them up on the feeding schedule for a while. Maybe you'd be a little too busy to bother with that House of Runs. Or maybe you could happen to be off your game for a spell. It happens, even to the best sometimes. But nah, it would make her upset. More emotions, more problems, that's all you need. But no, sometime later, the Witch of Life takes her place in the land of dew and glass. Report to Aridon. Whew! Fav, are you in? Yeah, that took forever. I was getting worried, kinda. Yes, it was a pretty close call and got kind of complicated. But Solix finally came through, and now I believe the full chain is complete. Man, that guy has a fucking drama machine. It is fucking pathetic. You stupid fishy face is the drama machine that does nothing but whine and glub. Fuck, sorry. Anyway, you shouldn't say that about him. He's a hero, and he saved my life. Obrigado pela água, Ono. Yeah, sorry. I was just really worried and stressed. I thought you were dead. And I didn't even get to thank you for saving my life or really for anything. And I just spent all this time here worrying and thinking about stuff. And I decided I have something I want to tell you that I've been meaning to get off my nub for a while now. Oh, really? That's good. Actually, I have something I have been meaning to say to you too. Whoa, really?
Well, what is it? You go first. Okay. But this isn't easy to say. Yeah, I know, Vava. It's okay, maybe I will understand more than you think. We might even be saying the same thing. Okay, I hope so. I think now that we are both in this game and have left our world behind, and you can no longer pose the danger to our people that you had always planned to, I think it is not really necessary for me to be your monorail anymore. Whoa, wait, what? I'm really sorry, Aridon. It has just been so hard looking after you and keeping you out of trouble. It has taken its toll, and honestly, I am really exhausted. Fuck, this isn't for what? I don't know, Vava. I wasn't expecting this at all. I'm not sure I can handle this. I'm sorry. It will be the best for both of us. We can just sort of be regular friends instead. No, please don't. Look, I'm being serious here. Don't do this. I won't even use my weird accent while I type, okay? So you know I'm being really that serious and honest about this. Okay. I am being serious and honest too. See? Okay, good. Are you sure you aren't being hasty about this? You've just been through a lot. I mean, we are supposed to be fated to be monorails, aren't we? Isn't that how it works? You can just throw all that away 'cause you're sick of me. You can't just throw all that away 'cause you're sick of me. I am not sick of you, Aridon. I still really like you. In order to be destined for monorails, both people have to be on board, don't you think? But I cannot do it anymore, so I think it just wasn't meant to be all along. And really, you just don't need me anymore. You are free to do as you wish. We both are. I can't look after you anymore. I didn't ever need anyone to look after me. I was totally fucking fine by ambitious were noble. And really none of your fucking business, quite frankly, your majesty. And the only reason I put up with sticking my flipper in this fucking shithole quadrant with you was... Was what? Never mind. Tell me. Okay, fine. I apologize for losing my shit over this. I was just caught off guard is all. But maybe it's a good thing, really. Actually, I might have been proposing the same thing, to be honest. Oh? Yeah. Faf, have you thought about, since you don't wanna be pale with me no more, the possibility of some other type of arrangement with me? What do you mean? I mean, something a bit more kinda reddish, like brighter red? No, I hadn't thought about it. Okay, well, what do you think about it? Now that you're thinking about it. I really don't know about that. Why not? I thought you said you liked me. I do, but I don't know if it's really in that way. Couldn't it be, though? Don't you think there's a room for... in your collapsing and expanding bladder-based aquatic vascular system for those feelings? Que frase foi essa? I never had a chance to consider anything like that. I have just spent all my time worrying about you and trying to keep you from killing everybody or hurting yourself. It took all my energy. I don't think I have anything left to those feelings either. Oh god. What? I'm the biggest fucking idiot who ever lived. I can't believe I just opened up to you like a chump when I knew what was coming. I am one sad fucking brain sucker. Over-emotional, sappy trash, you're right, I'm not better than anybody. I'm worse than anybody. Everybody. All the bodies. Stop! God, will you just clam up for once in your life? Always carping and carping and carping. You go completely overboard with your emotions, always looking to reel in drama wherever you can. I am up to my grills in it. I just can't summon the strength anemone. I cannot believe you're doing the fish pump thing while you're breaking up with me. Real nice. Whoops, I mean real nice. Sorry, but really, this shouldn't be as bad as it sounds. When all is said and done, I'm still your friend. We have left our word behind. Everyone is dead, and there's no use in worrying about it now. It's over. It is time to play this game and focus on building something new and exciting. So, hang in there, Eridan. I have to go now. Solux is in serious trouble. I have to go help him. Bye! But wait, don't go! Glob.
Ele se declarou, ela não sentiu mesmo. E agora é isso, ele tá se sentindo um pastel. Porque ele é um pastel.
Proceed to gate.
E agora ela está indo ajudar os Solux.
You're free!
Check on Solux. Karkat. Ok. Ih, o Karkat tá com o Gamzee.
Bro, are you okay? Hey! Oh god, what have I done? Solux? Please tell me that's just honey. Please just be honey. Please just be honey. Please just be honey. Haha, okay. Make believe time is over. Oh god, 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 oh god.
Mesma energia do This is not fine. It is all your fault. You couldn't get in before the glob.
Yeah, he's dead.
There, you blubbering goddamn pansy.
Honk.
Land of tents and mirth. Eles estão na terra do Gamzee?
Indulge emotional theatrics.
Ih, vai ter muito motherfucking agora.
Yeah, I need to talk to Carl, but where is he? He's an answering.
He's busy being slapped motherfucking senseless by the guy who likes knives. But I can't relate what message you got, my brother.
I don't feel comfortable with that. I have some serious feelings and problems here, and I need some advice.
Haha, yeah, I feel you. He's pretty worked up too.
But why?
Because our god, bro, Solux just got kicked to wicked motherfucking shit.
But what the fuck do you mean by that? Are you saying he's dead?
Yeah.
Oh fuck. Oh god, fuck, now but I feel like an asshole.
Yeah, I'd say that. An asshole is the thing that just about what everybody feels like. Karkat blames himself on it, poor motherfucker. But I told him to be chill, because there's a miracle coming, I can feel it. That is the reverse fucking advice. What an awful thing to say.
Magic isn't real, stupid, stop believing it.
I've got to believe at what my heart tells in me, even if it's a fake thing.
Honk.
This is a lot of pointless fucking rubbish and isn't no emotional help to him or me either for that matter. But car on. I can't really think about intervening. The black frowning motherfucker kinda scares me. Are you sure I can help a brother up into this motherfucking chill?
I don't know. It probably doesn't matter. My feeling seems petty and meaningless now. She had better things to worry about than my other bullshit. Like the dead guy who will save her. So forget it. Thanks anyway.
Bro, my advice is you gotta kick back and motherfucking snap into some rude elixir and maybe get your wicked zone on. There, I said my piece.
What the fuck are you fucking babbling about?
Snatching ice cold dog. Motherfucking chug that shit like you and the bottle was reunited lovers.
Are you recommending a beverage
to me or something? Is that what this is?
Yeah, man, slam a fago. I don't have a fucking fago, you stupid fuck. Why would I keep that disgusting shit on hand?
Are you motherfucking sure about that?
Oh god, you're right, I do. I totally forgot about it.
You see, man? Motherfucking miracles.
Slam a fago.
Acho que é por isso que eles não terminaram de traduzir esse ato até hoje. Acho que eles estão no ato 3, não lembro. Tem janta. Eu acho que eu vou lá pegar janta, guys. I am very hungry. I will come back in a few minutes. Wait for me, ok? Já volto, gente.
Ai, peraí.
Me dá uns minutinhos que eu já retorno pra live. Tem água. Já volto. I'm back, baby. Sim, temos estrogonofe. We have frango. Desne? Vou comer um pouquinho aqui já que eu volto a ler. Como é que foi o dia de vocês? Como é que tá sendo a última semana do ano de vocês? Acertou. Tranquilo? Nice. Obrigado pelo carinho. Eu tô vendo aqui a live dos meninos. Verdade, não parece que o ano tá acabando. Pelo menos pra mim também. Não parece que já foi o Natal, sabe? Tá chovendo aqui todo dia, tá mesmo? Essa época do ano é difícil, porque chove muito. É perigoso dar enchente. Mas por enquanto tá tranquilo. Eu tava jogando... Sim, tá bom, um rango. Tem purê de batata, Não, não tem purê de batata não, tem batata salsa. Confundi o nome. Antes de eu estar na live, eu tava jogando Skyrim. Skyrim é muito bom. Eu tô no comecinho. Eu acabei de conseguir a Lídia como a minha seguidora. Eu não sei como é que é o gosto de feigo. Será que é bom? Ou será que é, tipo, ruim? Fala, Arthur 413! Esse eu sei que gosta de Homestuck no mínimo. Seja bem-vindo. Pegue uma cadeira, sente no chão, vamos ler Homestuck de montão. É um buraco sem fundo do bem. Skyrim, você começa a missão principal quando vê você faz a secundária e fica nas secundárias pra sempre. Muito bom. Mas a atmosfera do jogo é muito legal. Você passa pelas pessoas, elas estão conversando lá e você pode ficar pra escutar a conversa delas ou não. É mó legal. É. Não só tem 13 no nome, como tem 413 no nome. 413 é um número bem importante pra Homestuck. Verdade, Kevin. Fala, Arthur, tudo bom? Eu tô jogando fora de live o Life is Strange 2 e tá sendo uma experiência muito boa. Mas a história tá tão triste, meu Deus. Eu comecei o capítulo 3. Capítulo 2 eu fiquei tipo, porra, parece que eu fiz todas as escolhas possíveis. Eu já joguei muito Skyrim, mas aí eu levei uma flechada no joelho. Eu encontrei com esse cara hoje, Matheus. Ele falou isso umas 4 vezes pra mim. O Sting tava me ajudando a conseguir a minha pousada, só que eu preciso de uma chave. Eu não sei como é que eu consigo a chave pra eu poder comprar a minha casa. Eu quero ter um imóvel. Já que eu volto a ler história, tá, gente? Eu tô comendo. Mas quem que é esse meno? Faz sentido. O 4 com 13. É uma boa observação. Hoje eu gravei o áudio do meu próximo vídeo no meu canal de resumo de anime. Vai ser um anime de mistério. Vocês chegaram a assistir o anime de dicionário? É bacana. Anime dicionário é legal. Ele é meio lento, mas é legal. É o The Great Passage, ou Funeo Amu. Terminei de comer. Posso voltar a ler. Quer ver? Deixa eu colocar aqui meu canal. Sabe esse último canal aí, ó? Tá como canal de animes aí no chat? Eu tô postando vídeos nesse canal resumindo o primeiro episódio dos animes. Aí, se você gostar, se você achar interessante, você vê o anime. Eu resumi um anime de romance, um anime de Slice of Life, que é esse dos dicionários. E agora eu tô fazendo um resumo do primeiro episódio de um anime de mistério, que eu vou deixar no ar qual que vai ser, porque eu não quero revelar tão cedo. Você tá fazendo... o canal Calpacas. Tá fazendo maratona de action? Eu tava pensando em fazer ano que vem maratona dos filmes do Indiana Jones. Esse ano foi meu ano de fazer maratona dos filmes de Star Wars. Só falta ver o filme do Han Solo. Até o nome do anime vai ser um mistério. Vocês pegaram o espírito da coisa. Vou continuar a ler em inglês aqui, peraí. You prepare to kick back and motherfucking snap into some rude elixir and maybe get your wicked zone on. It sure would be startling if what followed was a crudely drawn spit take accompanied by an odd, short exclamation. Teu link no sobre, o canal de gameplay, não funciona. Ah, porque provavelmente eu mudei o nome do canal, né? Tá como zizibs joga hoje em dia. Obrigado por me dizer isso. Deixa eu ver o que eu posso fazer. No sobre... A verdade, eu teria que mudar isso aqui também. Canal de gameplay. Mas o canal de gameplay não tá no sobre. De algum jeito o Palpatine está vivo. Eu assisti todos, Contrate meus serviços. ATO. Tá no... entendi. Tá nesse sobre. Porque ainda tá como um mundo zibas, entendi, tá. Valeu pela dica, deixa eu ver como é que eu vou editar isso agora. O sobre fica em que parte? Fica no... Fica aqui? Não é aqui exatamente. É aqui, ó. Isso aqui mesmo. É bom que eu... Não, esse aqui eu já mudei. Tá. Menos mal. Então eu vou mudar pra zizibs joga. Agora acho que vai dar, cara. Testa aí depois se quiser. Aqui pra mim deu. Certo, vou voltar aqui a ler os bang. Blur. Ué. Cadê? Foi um GIF isso? What? Tá, foi bem rapidinho. It's just soda. Not great. Soda. Not great, but not bad either. What's the big deal? We all need to settle down here. And later still. A princess prepared to administer a universal remedy for the unawakened. Ela vai reviver ele. Porra, que nojo. O cara tá todo cagado, mano. Ugh. Face palm combo. Ela beijou um cadáver, mano. Hey kid, never got a chance to say how much I hate you. Every last one of you. Face palm combo. Goddamn troll kids. Every time you turn around, they're smooching each other. Makes a man want to stab his own gut and puke blood. Andrew Russo tá assistindo. Porra, tá todo mundo assistindo, né? O criador da história aqui, gente. Não é? Ai, obrigada aí, Arthur. It is like I am the kid from the never-ending story. I was chased by some bullies into this fucking attic, and now I am watching more people kissing and stuff basically forever. How many meta layers removed this story can we get? This attic is spooky. I wish those bullies would just leave me alone. Later, I'm going to ride a long magic dog through the sky and fuck their shit up. Ugh, this troll paint is making a mess. This was such a bad idea. Quick, become more meta while AH is brooding. Puta, mano, para de ficar meta, que saco! Não! No! Land of Stumps and Dismay. AH employs a daring execution of author-tech, ladder to self-indulgence behind his own back. It keeps happening. Nós vendo as zibs, vendo a história. All MSPA readers make a solemn vow to do an acrobatic fucking pirouette off the stump and blow their brains out if it doesn't keep happening. Okay, haha, get back to the story, jackass. Excuse me? Oh, I'm sorry. Am I not fast enough for you? Well, quite frankly, Your Majesty, I don't think you realize what kind of hell I've been through. Do you have any idea how long I've been trapped in this attic? Do you have any idea how fucking scary it is in here? Do you have even the slightest clue how many times that wolf head over there has scared the shit out of me? Wolf? Ah! This is ridiculous. No, this is my life we're talking about here. Bullies, wolves, musty attics, huge spiders. Did I mention the spiders? Let me tell you, I got hella spiders up in this. Fuck, this horn fell off. Damn it, piece of shit. Wonder if there's any glue in here. Oh, screw it. Do you have any idea how much power I yield over you? To what extent I can ruin the shit you step in with that squeaky clean Sunday loafer you used to stomp that bookmark and stamp that F5 key? That got them in and they fucking out? Do you possess even the most infinitesimal kernel of cognizance for the degree so which I can make the shorn, shivering weasel that is the totem spirit representing your rash fascination with this website squill in heart-wrenching remorse? It would be so easy. I could snap my gray smudgy fingers right now and make you read all the Troll Romance exposition segments all over again. Back to back to back to back to back to back. Oh, you don't think I'll do it? Oh my god. No. No. Nah. The problem is that when the subject of troll is broached, our sparing human intellect instantly assumed the most ingratiating posture of surrender imaginable. But we will do our best to understand regardless. Humans have only one form of romance, and though we consider it a complicated subject, spanning a wide range of emotions, social conventions, and implications for reproduction, it is ultimately a superficial slice of what trolls consider the full body of romantic experience. Our concept of romance, in spite of its capacity to fill our art and literature and to rule our individual destinies like little else, is still just that. A single linear concept. A concept usually denoted by a single symbol. Troll romance is more complicated than that. Troll romance needs 4 symbols. Obrigado, Arthur. A melhor parte é que eu já li isso hoje. Eu tô lendo de novo por puro spite do Andrew Hussey. Their understanding of romance is divided into halves and halved again, producing 4 quadrants. The flush quadrant, the collisionous quadrant, the pale quadrant, and the ashen quadrant. Each quadrant is grouped by the half they share, whether horizontally or vertically, depending on the overlapping properties one examines. The sharpest dichotomy, from an emotional perspective, is drawn between red romance and black romance. Red romance, comprised of the flushed and pale quadrants, is a form of romance rooted in strongly positive emotions. Black romance, which is, with its collisionous and ashen quadrants, is rooted in the strongly negative. On the other hand, the vertical bifurcation has to do with the purpose of the relationship, regardless of the emotions behind it. Those quadrants which are concupiscent, the flushed and the collisionous, have to do with facilitating the elaborate reproductive cycle of trolls. Those which are conciliatory, the pale and ashen, would be more closely likened to platonic relationships by human standards. There are many parallels between human relationships and diverse facets of troll romance. Humans have words to describe relationships of a negative nature or of a platonic nature. The difference is, for humans, those relationships would never be conceptually grouped with romance, establishing those sort of... Okay, I lost it. Establishing those sort of relationships for humans is not driven by the same primal forces that drive our tendency to couple romantically. But for trolls, those primal forces involve themselves in the full palette of these relationships, red or black, torrid or friendly. Trolls typically feel strongly compelled to find balance in each quadrant and seek gratifying relationships that each describes. The challenge is particularly tortuous for young trolls, who must reconcile the wide range of contradictory emotions associated with this matrix, while understanding the nature of their various romantic urges for the first time. Of course, young humans have this challenge too, but for trolls, the challenge is fourfold. When 2 individuals find themselves in a flush quadrant together, they are said to be mate sprits. Mate spritship is the closest parallel to the human concept of romance trolls have. It plays a role in the troll's reproductive cycle, just as it does for humans. This is pretty obvious. Not much more needs to be said about this. Moving right along. Obrigada pela água, eu não tava aguentando, peraí. Peguei, Ad, recomeça aí, por favor. When a pair of adversaries delve into this quadrant, they become each other's kismeses. As one of the concupiscent quadrants, it plays a role in procreation as well. There is no particularly good human translation for this concept. The closest would be an especially potent arch rivalry. For instance, human players would never be able to adequately diagnose the relationship between the queen and her arch-agent, but troll players could immediately place it as a dead ringer for kismesicitude. They would think we were all pretty stupid for not getting it, and they would be right. Trolls have a complicated reproductive cycle. It's probably best not to examine it in much detail. The need to seek out concupiscent partners comes with more urgency than typical reproductive instincts. When the Imperial drone comes knocking, you had better be able to supply genetic material to each of these pills. If you have nothing to offer, he will kill you without hesitation. I will not hesitate, bitch. The genetic material, without going into much detail, is a combinative genetic mix from the mate sprite and kismesis pairs, respectively. The pales are all offered to the mother grub, who can only receive such pre-combined material. She then combines all of it into one incestuous slurry and begins her brooding. This doesn't mean the initial combination was for naught, however. In the slurry, more dominant genes rise to the fore, while the more recessive find less representation in the brood. Especially strong mate sprite and kismesis pairings yield more dominant genetic material.
The more powerful the complement or potent the rivalry, the more dominant the genes. Troll reproduction sure is weird. We all take a moment to lament how pedestrian the human reproductive system is, and further lament that the phrase incestuous slurry is not a feature of common parlance in human civilization. This quadrant involves a particular type of three-way relationship of a black romantic nature. Falling onto the conciliatory side, it has no bearing on the reproductive cycle except for indirect ramifications. When two trolls are locked in a field or some otherwise contentious relationship, one can intervene and become their auspicious. The auspicious mediates between the two, playing the role of a peacekeeper, preventing the feud from boiling over into a fully colliginous rivalry. Since such lesser feuds are quite common among trolls, there is a significant need for auspicing parties. Without them, too many ashen feuds would become colliginous and begin to conflict with other exclusive kismetis relationships, leading to a great deal of social complexity and sore feelings, even more so than black romance usually involves. Without auspicism, the result would be widespread black infidelity.
Pô, meu, você era meu inimigo e agora você tá sendo inimigo do meu inimigo. Isso não vale, meu.
The relationships each quadrant describes tend to be malleable, if not volatile, especially on the co-cuspicient half, where more torrid emotions reside. It doesn't take much to flip a switch and transmute black room feelings to red room and vice versa. In many cases, one party will have red feelings while the other has black, but it will often be the case that one party's feelings will swap to match the others, since there's no quadrant which naturally accommodates such a disparity. But thereafter, it's not uncommon for the two to toggle between red and black in unison now and then. These scenarios naturally result in both red and black infidelities. This sort of relationship volatility is why conciliatory relationships are an important part of troll romance. I don't know how to fucking read anymore. An auspices can stabilize particularly turbulent relationships. If the auspices fails to mediate properly, or has no interest in the role, or perhaps has different romantic intentions him/herself altogether, then the relationship often quickly deteriorates into one of an especially hostile and torrid nature. There are many outside factors and influences that again pulling those relationships in different directions, and unlike humans who have very orderly, simple, straightforward romantic relationships, trolls exist in a state of almost perpetual confusion and generally have no idea what the hell's going on. I too have no idea what the hell's going on now. Being confused by troll relationships is one thing we do have in common though. This quadrant presides over moireligions, the other conciliatory relationship. A reasonable human translation would be the concept of a soulmate, but in a more platonic sense, and with a more specific social purpose. Trolls are a very angry and violent race. Some are more hot-tempered and dangerous than others, to the extent that if left to their own devices, they would present a serious threat to society, or even to themselves. Such trolls will have an instinctive pale attraction to a more even-tempered troll, who may become their moirail. The moirail is obliged to pacify the other to function as a better half. The two partners in a strong pair relationship will serve to balance and complement each other's emotional profiles and thus allow their other relationships to be more successful. It's often ambiguous, especially among young trolls, whether a bond formed between an acquaintance is true moireligions, or the usual variety of platonical involvement. Furthermore, romantic intentions of a more flushed nature can often be mistaken for a pale leanings, much to the frustration of the suitor. But some pale pairings, as the one above, will be strikingly obvious to all who know them. God, you just can't get enough of this, can you? That would have been a great point for a transition out of this illustrated sociological study, but okay, if you insist. Now see, what's going on here is, it's perfectly simple. When the full matrix of troll romance is in action, we have, hey, why don't you figure it out? You should be an expert on all this by now anyway. Later, our troll hero will try to explain this to our human hero, attempting to convey all the nuance of troll romance through a nearly verbatim recitation of the preceding excerpts. He will try to describe how rich and textured the troll romantic comedies were compared to the one-dimensional schlock of our human cinematic counterparts. He would barely scratch the surface of troll Will Smith's virtuosity with the delicate lattice of troll romance, as he would assist the bumbling, fudge-blooded troll Kevin James through the interwoven minefield briar patch of redrun and blackrun entanglements, all the while sifting through his own prickly romantic situation and ultimately learning the true meaning of hate and pity. But would they succeed before the Imperial drone came knocking with his thirsty pails at the ready? Yes, they would. But John didn't understand any of this because he's a moron, and he wouldn't shut up about his awful bullshit Earth movies. He would just go on and on and on about that garbage. But if there was one theme to be hammered through his thick skull, it would be the troll's cultural preoccupation with romantic destiny. Yes, the romantic landscape is rife with false starts and miscues and infidelities, red and black. But every troll believes strongly that each quadrant holds one and only one true pairing for them. And it is just a matter of time before the grid is filled with auspicious matchups through the mysterious channels of troll serendipity. In short, their belief is that for each quadrant there exists a pair of triad of trolls somewhere in the cosmos that were made for each other. Fuck yeah, I read it. I read all of it. I read it. Wow. Booyah! That's what just happened, bitch! Zerei Homestuck, parabéns. É isso, é o fim. Acabou, gente. Acabou, estou ali. Mentira. Ainda tem mais 6.000 páginas disso. Alright, now you're definitely trolling us. Come on. Ah, essa imagem é uma das que foram canonizadas. Não, canonizada tudo foi, né? Enfim. Essa é uma dos GIFs mais... Quando você pesquisa Homestuck, esse GIF é um dos que aparece. Pelo menos na minha época, né? Ah! Eu tô sem energia pra rir desse jeito, tá? Recap then. Nah, I think we're good. Nossa, se eu tivesse que fazer um recap agora, eu ia fechar essa live, pelo amor de Deus. Reel it in! Yeah, okay. Guess I've trolled you guys enough. Where were we? Oh yeah, Slick. Move this along. O cara tá com o braço fora, tá sangrando e ele fica perdendo tempo digitando, cara. What? It's bad enough you had to watch this sprout smooch corpse and this kid bawl his eye out once already, even if it was centuries ago. Next. Invalid syntax. Oh, for the love of... Why would they design a button like that if it doesn't print the right advancement characters? You're getting really tired of mashing the black key. Type then. É, Matheus, é bem isso. Eu tô ficando sem voz. This moon is different. It's very purple and quiet. Doesn't look like anyone here is awake yet. Not like the yellow moon you were just dreaming about. Plenty of friends there, all up and around making a racket.
It was fun for a while, until you woke up with honey in your mouth, killed your Lucius, saved the princess, and died. Luckily, you had a couple lives to spare. Ah, como ele tem tudo em dobro, ele tem um corpo em dobro. Ele tem um corpo em Prospect e um corpo em Durs. Agora a gente tá vendo ele em Durs. E daí ele consegue achar a Feferi, o Eridan, a Nepeta, a Aradia não, o Equius. Enquanto isso, em Prospect, nós temos a Canaia, a Vriska, o Tavrus, o Gemsi, a Therese e o Karkat. Most other players only get one extra, but you're kind of a special case. Boy! Virou Kratos agora. Huh? You there, red and blue-eyed boy. Hello. I remember this. I did not get the chance to formally greet you. I suspect this is what made you angry, but worry not. I have been brushing up on your throw etiquette. Etiquette. I don't know how to say this word. Pardon me while I consult the appropriate pages. It will only be a moment. This book is very thick. Exatamente, Matheus. Just what you need. Another voice of the imminent deceased invading your head. Haven't they caused you enough trouble already? Get it out! Throw etiquette sure is confusing. Get it out, 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 get it out. Oh, jeez. Oh, fuck. Blast off. You've wasted enough time on sleeping and dying. You've got to get back to adventuring while the adventure is good. And also change out of these stupid pajamas. Pajamas? Pachoo! Get back to adventuring. Fuck me, I guess. The revived Mage of Doom returns to the land of brains and fire for a surprise rendezvous with the Witch of Life. Oh, come on. Tem vários cérebros aqui. Por que tem vários cérebros? Hey, what the heck is going on here? Get back to adventuring. Ah, voltamos para Vriska depois de 1000 anos. Somewhere on Lomat, the thief and the page plunder the untold riches of innumerable pointless side quests. Oh, she's rich. She's a rich bitch. Okay, that happened. The thief is proving useless, completely unresponsive to commands. You need to rely on someone else, someone less stubborn, someone craftier. Oh, Terezi. While the night of blood charges ahead, the seer of mind remains behind to unravel the mysteries of the land of thought and flow. Seer. It is time. It's the voice again. You were wondering when she'd come back. This time you are ready for her. Retrieve chalk. You search for the appropriate card through your scratch and sniff modus. The card will be unmistakable. It is the one that smells like a fruity rainbow that makes you sneeze. Huh? Oh, the chalk. Inquire. Time for what? To begin your mission. What mission? You must eliminate the arch-agent. Surely you must be adventuring by now. Oh! I unlocked something! Oh, que belezinha! Que porra era aquela? Caralho, que isso? What? Eu tô sentindo a minha mente derretendo. Por que fica aparecendo umas meninas de anime? Meu Deus. What? What? Não usem drogas, crianças. Não usem drogas. Vocês viram que tinha um Steven Universo ali do Paraguai? Mano, por que isso tá parecendo Doki Doki? Que medo. Cara, que é isso? Que porra foi essa, mano? What? Oh, no, not again, not again, not again. Fuck you. What was that? Oh, God. Eu não conheço ninguém que tá aqui nesses nomes aqui. Ah, bom, Toby Fox tá aqui, né? Mas enfim. Tirando o Toby Fox, eu não conheço ninguém. Ai, mano. Que porra foi essa, meu irmão? Land of Little Cubes and Tea. Why, yes, as a matter of fact, it does appear that the Rogue of Heart has been keeping herself quite busy. Deixa eu colocar água aqui, né? Porque eu preciso de mais água. A grass. Nepeta é um predador feroz. Ai, perdão. Ok. Não mexa com garotas de anime. Que se parecem com gatos. A música calma de Undertale com a NP tá matando. É, funciona, né? Ah, o que eu posso fazer? Eu tava enchendo uma garrafinha d'água aqui, pô. Ah, o Equis ali, ó. O quê? Saccharine Disposition. Pounce Grit. Little cubes everywhere. Tackle slide. You inquire into whereabouts of the Maid of Time. The Hair Void has no idea where she went. She just disappeared. Porra, Matheus. Get up and commence the adventuring. The underlings have been getting enormous lately. You must have been something one of those other clowns prototyped. Speaking of clowns... What? It does not appear to be a message from Karkat directed at you specifically. He has just updated one of the many memos on the Trans Timeline Bulletin board he has set up a while ago. You've since no longer bothered keeping up with the endless and mostly incomprehensible communique. But while checking the update, you can't help but skim through the first memo in the long sequence, which was written hours ago from your present perspective. Read first memo. Oh god. 6 and 12 hours ago, opened the memo on bar team Adora Bloodthirsty.
Okay, I think I set this up right. Fuck, I should have come up with a better board name. But I guess that's the name it was supposed to have, since that's the name that, I already read. Well, that probably won't make any sense to anybody. Whatever, it's just a stupid name, let's just do this. This is a public bulletin using Trollion's weird trans timeline features, which I don't even really understand yet, but I'm guessing might be useful. I've included all 12 players in the subscription list, so you should all be able to read these memos at any time. That is, all the memos posted, past and future, I think. It could get pretty temporarily confusing, obviously. I'm going to try to keep the memos as simple and linear as possible. Also, let's keep this a one-way only bulletin to make this as simple as possible. Do not reply to my memos. This is not a fucking chatroom, assholes. If you have something to say to me in response to a memo, message me in private at the appropriate time point on the timeline. First order of business is about the teams. As of now, you should all be aware that there is really only one team, and we are all working together. Como dizia High School Musical, we all in this together. And by now, I mean time local to me as of writing this. So, if you're reading this in the past, okay, first of all, how do you even know about this feature already? Second, why didn't you fucking tell me? Whatever, I digress. If you're reading this in the future, then who cares? It's probably old news to you. Actually, now that I think about it, what's so special about reading this in the future? It's like any bulletin board. You post stuff and sits there for a while and people in the future read it. Big fucking deal, I guess. A Therese aparece. Oh my god, Karkat! Who cares? Ela é banida. Anyway, like I was saying, one big team over which I have assumed total leadership. I will assume that it will continue to stay this way for the duration of our quest, and that I will remain an impeccable leader for a span of hundreds of hours while I guide us all to a stunning victory. In fact, I don't even need to assume. I browsed through this whole bulletin in advance, and it does appear to be the case. Go me! In fact, since I've seen what I will write in the future, I wonder what impetus I will have for writing it later when I'm supposed to. I wonder if I could just copy and paste it. Hold on. Damn. I guess they thought of that. I don't know. I tried to look at the whole bulletin again, but now that I've opened this one from the beginning, I can't see the whole thing anymore. Unless I look at it on one of your computers. Or maybe if you send me like a text file of it, would that cause a paradox or something? You know what? This is so stupid. I actually remember reading all this shit like a half hour ago. And now, here I am typing it anyway. I probably can't avoid typing any of this. How weird is that? I hate time travel. Aí o solo desaparece. KK, I'm basically just a mole here in this. Wow. Holy fucking shit, are you people retarded? Dude, don't worry, I won't fuck up your memo for long. I just can't believe this was the big reason you wanted future me to help you open those ports. You basically just babble about paradoxes and argue with yourself for hundreds of pages, hehehe.
Okay, so you're saying this from like 5 hours in the future just to give me a hard time. Nice. Well, thanks for the help. So, when do I ban you, future boy? A few lines down, after I'll pretend like I'm going to die. I'm there for a laugh on account of my imminent beginning. Fuck, how could you even do that to me? So cold, man. Are you really still sore at me 5 hours later for running that virus? Goddamn, get over it. It was your fucking virus anyway, you're to blame. Eh, no bro, we're cool about that. Now future you is connecting with me so I can enter the game. Oh yeah. Yeah, so thanks for that 5 hours in advance. This is BS, isn't it? Trolling me from the future. How juvenile can you get? No man, it's true. We are both bumping Papa Paul again. Oh fuck, this condescending future know-it-all act. We aren't bumping shit, you are so banned. No, not the band, it burns, oh god, wait, oh god, it does burn, something's wrong, I'm serious. That horrible psychic noise, the voices, they're all going to die. Oh shit, I'm bleeding, shit, this is bad. I have to get her in quick, got to go. Aí ele foi banido. And so the person who belonging to the sullen hag known as Lady Destiny has stumped another throat. Which one of you fuckers is next? Nobody? Okay, good. Although, I'm fairly sure I remember someone else chiming in before I close this memo. You add disorder shit rinsers can't keep your lascivious prongs out of the roll hole, can you? Solux, for future reference, or past reference, or whatever, if you want to do that kind of role-playing, you can start your own bulletin. You can all act like brain-dead asswipes in your own festering flapper paradox space, fine with me. Everyone will be so confused by the time paradoxes, it will distract them from how awful their terrible hobbies are. Choose your classes now, level 69, Nuke Sniffer is up for grabs, who wants it? No, that's not an invitation for you fucking nerds to come in here and correct me on your goddamn fairy elves. Just do me a favor and keep me banned from that one, okay? I'll return the favor if you nerd up my memos. I seriously can't believe how many fucking nerds are on this team. Just remember, this is my personal podium, a stump if you will, for sole use by me as a leader for important leadership business. Got it? Aí Karkat do futuro responde. This is so embarrassing. What was I even thinking? Shut the fuck up! E o Karkat do presente bane o Karkat do futuro. Okay, I'm fed up with this memo. Gonna close it out. You'll hear from me again later when I got something else to say, i.e. just scroll down, you douche. It's all right there already, because of time travel. I know, right? Anyway, just to reiterate, full steam ahead. Leader equals me forever, obviously. Peace the fuck out, D-bags. E daí o Equius aparece. I'd like to add to this useless memorandum that I still don't recognize the validity of your leadership. Sweet mother grubs oozing vestigial third oral sphincter. How can you people be so stupid? It may be true that we are all playing the same session, but I see no reason to disband the former power structure, especially if it means instituting a tactical midget with a short fuse, a foul mouth, and paralyzing insecurity over the color of his blood. That's all I have to say. Oh, I have a short fuse, that's very funny! You can almost hear me laugh over the sound of the robot you are probably beating to death, or doing worse too. Hey, you do kiss your robots, right? Might as well clear the air as long as we're broadcasting this across the entire space-time continuum. Not usually.
The funny thing is, in the future, everyone will recognize me as the undisputed leader, even you. You'll be standing on the tippy toes of your idiotic metal shoes, taking delicate perches of my nubby horns and hoisting yourself over my head to put your sweatiest tough guy smooch upon my twitching spine lump. It will be tender and differential like a pauper kissing a noble's ring. Just scroll down, read the logs. Nowhere have I ever seen evidence of this.
A copulação dos trolls tava menos... Quando junta time travel nas coisas... Ah, pelo amor de Deus. Most of this is you from various points in time raving about nonsense and arguing with yourself. Do you realize that here in the future, this bulletin has come to be regarded as something of a joke? A lengthy piece of comedy, often quoted amongst ourselves in private moments of levity. It seems I'm the one to inform you of this up front, which is likely why you persist with the ungratiating charade against better judgments.
You're regretting up on this, aren't you?
Oh no, what do you mean?
This excites you, being the tough guy and pretending like you're putting the awesome leader in his place. You're probably working up a good sweat. Hope you alchemized a bunch of spare towels. Hey, why don't you rub them with your spongy brain for extra absorbency?
How do you know about my perspiration problem? I mean, aside from reading about it in this memo. Wait, fudge cycles. Aí ele é banido. E daí ele fecha o memorando. Enquanto isso, a Therese tá conversando aqui. What about the queen? What was fucking kill her? Oh, so well. Okay, wow, oh my god. Dark text lady, I get it. No, I don't think so. Where are you then? Okay, sorry, I asked. What? No, hey, it's okay because... I don't want to run out of red because red is the best and it tastes the best. Oh, fuck. Begin another memo. Oh, fuck me. Oh, fuck, Karkat. Come on. This is a good time as any to start a new memo. In fact, it's a better time than any because according to the laws of chat client for destination, I don't really have a choice, do I? Fuck! It doesn't even matter. It's still a good time to do it. People, we need to get organized here. Shit is getting serious. We're about to embark on Operation Register, a cunning plan devised by a double archagent Jack Noir to exile the Black Queen. We will need all hands on deck for this, even the idiots. And once again, a reminder. Do not throw me in these memos from any point in time or it's an insta-ban. Also, a note to my future self. Eu tô ficando sem voz. If you feel like the need to say something smug to me, do a favor and shove a throb stock in it. Just sit there patiently and wait for me to become you in the due course of time, thus improving your intellect drastically. Or intellects plural. I forgot there are a lot of you fuckers out there. All of you just zip your shoots. I mean seriously, like there's nothing better to do in the future. It's the future, for God's sake, a realm of endless fucking possibilities. Now, before we get started, let's take a toll on the situation and at this point in time, my point in time, who is in so far, who's not, etc. Aí o Eridan do futuro vem falar com ele.
Hey, sorry for busting in on the memo, but I can't get a hold of you. You're not answering. Oh, for fuck's sake. Yams, that device is fucking useless. All that he told me was to enjoy a beverage. No, dude, don't drink that shit. If it were up to him, we would all drink Fago at once in some ritualistic rap clown suicide pact. But instead of committing suicide, the thing that we are all accomplish is becoming instantaneous assholes with awful taste. I mean, it's not even that bad. It's just soda, but whatever. This isn't the point. This isn't the venue for airing your future problems, Count C. Deep Chat. I don't know. It's just, I got a problem with it for Fairy. and I'm really kinda sitting here in a bad shape about it, emotionally speaking. Okay, well, I get that. I hear you, bro. But this is still not the right place for this, so I've got to ban you. E baniu o Eridan. But seriously, just get in touch with me in private about it, okay, man? We'll get your shit straightened out, okay? Is everybody good? Just gonna sit here for a minute, local time, and see if anyone else has any shit they want to scrape off their bulge onto my clean nutrition plateau. Nobody? Great! Wonderful! I now officially declare the nonsense portion of this memo to be over. This decree shall be binding and lasting. Back to planning register. Ah, meu Deus, a Friska vai aparecer. Bear down, everybody. This is fucking important. There's a queen on the loose and we've got to show a bitch the door. Future Virska appeared. Huh. Fucking livable. Karkat, I'm sorry, but do you have any idea how funny this thing is? I mean, this whole thing. I can't stop laughing. Hey, can future you mind prevent me from hitting the ban button? I'm genuinely curious. Go ahead, try to stop me, I dare you. I'm not going to try. I'm just here to say this whole thing is ridiculous. We didn't really need you to pretend to be a little angry general to get any of this done. We kicked the queen out of there, no sweat. It was easy. In fact, I did most of the work myself, right before I find all the treasure and scale all the rungs. Oh, all of them, you say? Fascinating. Hey, forget the ban button. Use our mind powers to help me locate the desperately attempt to give a shit button. Whoops, we both failed. It doesn't exist. Hey, I'm gone. I just think you should relax. You were wound up so tight through the whole adventure, and out here in the present you're about to explode. It's insufferable. Everybody, did you hear that? Super Future Vriska has an important life lesson for us all. We don't have to worry about our present responsibilities and obligations, because as it turns out, in the future, all that stuff already happened. We're off the fucking hook. Time to relax. Let's all crawl into our cocoons and get busy simulating our outer erogenous shame globes. First one to start a wank fire gets a shiny boom dollar. This is an order from your leader. Thank you for the water, Arthur. Eu gosto de fazer risada da Vriska, então. E daí ele baniu a Vriska. Later, fag. Too bad the acronym wasn't HAG instead. It would have suited you much better. É verdade, o negócio... Nossa senhora. Instead of that nonsense word. Maybe its association with you will colloquially cause it to take on a negative connotation. What do you think? Obrigada, obrigada. Maybe fag will be the new burn, even though it really means nothing in our language. I don't know, this is stupid, forget it. Fag é uma gíria... Não é legal, não falem fag com as pessoas, tá? Porque em inglês significa... É um termo pejorativo, não é legal. Okay, I'm rambling here, I'm aware of that. É legal que eu também tava rambling here, Karkat. Nós somos tão parecidos. Future me, don't you fucking dare waiting on this. I know what you're thinking. If I were future me, which I guess I am, I would read this and be all over it like, damn it, Karkat, what do you think you're doing? Get to the point. Aí o future Karkat aparece aqui. Yeah, pretty much. E ele é banido de novo. So I'm saying it to myself already, here and now, so I won't have to later. Got it, you transient, backbiting pricks? Damn, I'm losing my train of thought. Maybe I'll pick it up again in a fresh memo later. I don't know if that's right, though, because I vaguely remember this one being longer than this. Aí o Tavrus do passado aparece. Hey, oh, son of a bitch. I thought... Since it looks like you're saying you're out of important memo stuff to say, maybe you could help me here, since I don't know where you are now, but maybe help me about a thing that has to do with a girl, like a romance thing you might know about. You people are imbeciles, all of you. I am not posting these memos to counsel you on your past and future dating problems. Why are you all such basket cases? I don't even know what to say anymore. Sorry. Should I ban you? What's even the point anymore? One of your stooges will be right on the last one, heels with another sob story. Just hurry up and tell me what your problem is, bro. Okay, I'm sort of lying on Vriska's floor right now, like in her block, lying down. Because I can't walk. Oh no, shit, really? You can't be serious. When did this happen? Yeah, anyway, she tried to kiss me. Well, she didn't try. She actually did. And then kind of dropped me. And also, we are wearing costumes. Well, I'm not explaining this well. This is so fucked up. What have you gotten yourself into? And now, to make it, a lot weirder, there's an angry voice in my head. I don't think it's Rufio this time. Rufio's not that angry. He's also imaginary. Like a fake made-up friend. You know, like the way fairies are. God, actually, I remember reading this bullshit. Or skimming it, at least. How could I forget? More Lunny Block theater. And here I am, drawing the curtains for you guys like a dope. Anyway, I think Vriska is upset about it. And she's not talking or anything. What do I do? Okay, well, I can advise you and stuff, but you do realize this is a public bulletin. We should be having this chat in private. Everyone can read this, even her. I mean, fuck, she was just here talking to you, dummy. She was just here talking, dummy. I know, I read that, but that's future her, which doesn't seem so bad. Maybe future her can read this, and I guess... no, I'm sorry about it. I didn't mean to hurt her feelings. Well, fine. If you want to broadcast a trans timeline apology, then fine. But you should realize the future is kind of a wide open thing. I mean, she could read this like 2 minutes in the future and as well as 600 hours. At that point, you would essentially be talking to present her, completely defeating the purpose of your spineless message in a bottle apology. Oh, yeah, I didn't really think of that. Hi! A Vriska do passado. Karkat, shut up! This does not concern you. This does not concern you. Okay, whatever, my memo, but whatever. It's my memo, but whatever. Well, hi. Tavros, it's okay, really. So you don't feel like that about me, that's fine. I shouldn't have expected any different. Fala, Felipe César, tudo bom? Como vai você? Vocês gostam de colocar nome no nick de vocês da Twitch, né? I can deal with it. I am not a wimp like you. I roll with bad breaks all the time, no biggie. In fact, I already have dealt with it. I was over here dealing with it while you were over there on the floor fooling around with your computer after a cute girl tried to kiss you for some reason. As it turned out, fooling around with your computer to go cry on future Karkat's shoulder about this? Yeah. You are a strange and funny boy, Tavros. Oh god, this is completely hilarious. Now I see why everyone has been ripping on my memos. Karkat, I said shut the fuck up. Fala, Nikala, boa noite, como vai? Sim, você tava jogando Tales of. Olha, 25 anos, caraca, parabéns pro jogo. A última risada do ano. É verdade, essa é a última live do ano, né, pensando bem. Anyway, though totally unnecessary, your apology is accepted. Okay. Now pick yourself up off the floor so we can go wring some fucking treasure out of this miserable magic rock. Yeah, I'll try. Actually, never mind. I'll be over there to help you with that too. Kind of like I do with everything. Just lie still and try not to start crying or anything. And wait a few minutes for your time frame to catch up with mine. What? Exactly. I am smarter than you. You see? You're learning. Oh, okay. Fuck, enough already. They're great, another happy couple, in whatever hideous quadrant this batshit pairing will sustain. Now off you go.
E daí ele bane os dois.
Holy hell, this is exhausting. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. Okay, maybe I'll take a minute to collect my thoughts and get back on topic here. No, you won't. This one was particularly nauseating in retrospect. I'm shutting this down.
E daí ele fecha outro mesmo.
Hey, Runt!
Dinossauro morrendo? Era o dinossauro DJ, pô.
Hey, Runt! Get up, Runt! Get up those goddamn jaggy legs on yours.
Go kiss the girl.
I said, get your ass up and go kiss the girl, you pipsqueak.
You're making me mad, Runt. Kiss that girl. I rip your horns off and put them through your eyes. I'll pop your little head like a grape. You're a wimp, you know that. Make me sick. Kiss her. Kiss her, you wimp. Get up and kiss the girl. Ele não pode levantar, porra. You're having trouble bringing yourself to get up and kiss the girl. You kiss that girl in this instant. Cara, em que parte do ele é paraplégico você não entendeu, mano? Ai, meu Deus, começou a megalovênia. You cannot do it. You cannot kiss the girl. Thief. You need to be strong. And in time, though prone to distraction and obstinacy, she would. But not alone. Oh, fuck. To bring every cycle closed, her partner and rival would have to be guided in tandem. The thief and the seer were to serve as twin lashes of the scourge cracked by a quasi-royal against her own farmer kingdom to settle a score, to make him pay. Scourge's black inches would rip red miles through theirs, and the bright rivers gushing from its wounds would wash her mutineers down the drains of exile. In time they would have to answer for their treason. Patience would be necessary, but then she'd recently come into all the time in the universe. Ok. Até mais, Ono. Obrigado por ter ficado até então. Valeu. A música perfeita para o primeiro beijo, que é Continue Breathing. Okay, then what? Find the ring before he does. And then? Where is it? Oh. Não dá pra ler. And then? Destroy it. Okay. Oh, well. Centuries ago. Lendo raised and yet, right now, the sylph of space was able to vacate the impact site with several features of her buried landscape in tow. She sits atop her session's dormant forge. Reply to memo. Okay, then. Oh fuck, not this again. Fine then. Since past me just banned current me from the preceding memo and doesn't appear to give a shit about my future wisdom as usual, looks like I'll just have to start another memo from scratch. Hey, past me, go have a blast killing the king. I'm sure it will be awesome. In fact, it was awesome. Bang up job with that dude. Too bad it was all a huge waste of time. Oh, what's that, passhole? You didn't read this and figure that out ahead of time? Or maybe you just skimmed these and it didn't get through your thick bulge. What a shock! Memo within memo to present self. Put forth a more concerted effort to impress upon everyone in the past, myself included. What a bunch of fucking idiots they all are. I am learning a valuable lesson today.
It turns out you can't alter the outcome of decisions made by morons no matter how much you yell at them. And all you can really do is give them a hard time and try to make their lives just a little more miserable. Which sounds like a more noble pursuit than changing destiny for the better. Anyway, frankly, losers should be forced to face the music, even for the mistakes they haven't made yet. Their punishment is being allowed to make the mistake in the first place. Talk about poetic justice. And then getting soundly berated before, during, and after the mistakes are being made is just the mucus of grubloaf. The sweet, tangy mucus. This is dumb. Why did I ever think these memos were going to be a good idea? Nobody cares. I mean, nobody's even trolling me anymore. And I'm leaving myself wide open too, saying some pretty dumb things here. I guess maybe I wrote too many and filled too many of them with long arguments with myself. No one's going to read through all this. All the valuable information is just getting lost in the yelling. You stupid, stupid idiot. Oh, fuck you. Why did you even start another memo then? I guess there was a couple things I want to get off my chest, okay? Oh god, not I'm arguing with current me. I didn't even notice I was doing it. This is really fucked up. I've got to pull it together. Think back to what we might have done wrong. But the thing is, as much as our past selves are a bunch of stubborn, unlistening assholes, I can't even really identify any mistakes we made. It was all pretty much like clockwork. A 600-hour campaign to complete a game like this is pretty good if you ask me. And I have asked me. It turns out me agrees. I can't shake the feeling someone else must be responsible for this. It doesn't seem like it was something that was supposed to happen in our session. Solux has the same intuition about it as me. He thinks there's something fishy about it. Or fishy. It's really insufferable the way her fish puns have rubbed off on him. It kind of makes me want to vomit. Anyway, he says he's working on tracing the origin of this disaster. If I find out who's responsible, I will. I don't even want to think about it now. Waste of good fresh rage. I'm a little tired of all the old things I've been angry about. It's gotten so stale. In a weird way, I'm sort of looking forward to having something new to be pissed off about. It's not like there's anything else to live for now anyway. So I'm keeping my prongs crossed. It will be like fucking 12th Perig's Eve up in here. Last sweep's Eve was probably the last happy memory I have in fact. What did you guys do for the last holiday? Anyone? I remember my Lucius had been gone for days and I was starting to get worried. But then he finally returned, triumphant. He brought the fresh behemoth living into our hive, and together we decorated it. And I don't know. That's all I can say. I'm getting a lump in my squawk blister. I guess I'm done. I'm going to lie down now, on the steel floor, on this frigid meteor drifting through the black, uncaring void of our no session. No, kind of like this memo, I guess. Later. E daí a canaia do tempo presente responde. I don't think we did anything special. Whoa, hey, what? Last 12th, we stayed in, and I read stories to her. It was nice. Oh, that's cool. This is the first time you responded to a memo that I can recall. You took it right down to the wire. I was just about to close this thing. Yeah, I know. I wasn't sure if I was going to, but then I noticed a conversation in which I was a participant, which, as it turned out, in the conversation taking place now. Is the conversation. I scanned it briefly and then perused other memos for my presence. I found none and returned to this one, but my part of the conversation was gone. I regarded this as a prompt to begin typing and record my contributions live. This is how this works, isn't it? Pretty much. For a while it was frustrating. When I discovered the feature, I kind of breezed through all my future memos, not really reading all of them carefully or thoroughly. Then I looked at it again, and the whole board was gone. because it was time to make it in the first place. So I did. And then I kept making memos with only foggy recollection of what they contained, while all these other chums from different times kept giving me shit, including myself. But it was all good, because I was, okay, redo. Okay, because as I eventually became my own future selves, and I got to be on the other side of those conversations, and could do my past selves the service of informing them how stupid they were being, I stopped bothering trying to remember how any of these memos went. Honestly, the last few weeks have been a blur to me, just non-stop yelling at myself, haggling with past and future knuckleheads, killing monsters and solving puzzles, cycling through all the gates and planets like 100 times, zigzagging down to the battlefield, out of the Veil, over to Prospit, back to Durs, and on and on and on until we thought we won. But we didn't win. We lost. We lost as hard as fat guys fall. What exactly happened? Did you read the memo just before this? No. Give it a read. I'm done ranting about all that for now. Alright, in a moment. But yeah, that's how Trollion's timeline stuff works. You'll get used to it. Or not, since apparently this is your only memo reply. You were pretty screwed in sidestepping this whole clusterfuck. It seems like a logical way to engineer a system wherein one simultaneously functioned as the reader and author of the transcripts. It's temporarily sound construction. Then you're the only one who thinks so. Hell, you probably would have a better maid of time than the one we were stuck with. She's completely shit-hive maggots, don't even get me started. I think we are given roles to challenge us that don't necessarily suit our strengths. At least I was. I have no idea what I'm doing here. Sure you do, or you will. Trust me, you'll do fine. So what prompted you to respond anyway? I mean, aside from being strong-armed by conversational predestination. Oh. At this point, I'm not even sure if I'm inclined to ask anymore. You might not have a choice. Do you remember if this memo was much longer than this? There is a good way to go, I think. Yeah. Then might as well spit it out. It's such a silly question. Red or black? What? Your problem. Does it pertain to red room or black room interests? That's not what this is about. Come on, people have been using these memos to sift through their romantic problems for weeks. I am a fucking veteran at this shit by now. Seriously, I don't mind. It'll be a welcome reprieve from shouting at myself. I'm not sure what to say about it. Didn't you at least get a sense of what this conversation was when you skimmed it? Not really. If I were thinking about it, I probably wouldn't have wanted to anyway. I don't think that it's better to have unrehearsed conversations, even if the subject matter is awkward. Yes, I completely agree. It's good you didn't read it. We can avoid the sort of verbal slapstick routines I'm sick to fucking death of by now. I'm so tired of people being all coy and telling me what we're about to say before we say it, and then we wind up fucking saying it anyway. And then we prove to the invisible Riddler that is Father Time beyond the shadow of a doubt what a bunch of fucking idiots we all are. Do you have any idea how old that gets after a while? So really, tell me. I know it's on your mind. I got a sense for these things. R or B? Okay, red then. But I guess not really red enough. Well, isn't that always the case? Story as old as time. Even in places where strictly speaking time didn't exist until recently. Who's the target of these flushed leanings, if you don't mind my asking? It's not the asking I mind, it's the telling. In a public forum. I don't think anyone's reading. Did you notice anyone else joining in later? No, it appeared to be just the two of us. See, nobody cares enough to bother.
I don't know whether that's reassuring or just a bit disheartening. Well, I didn't mean it like that. Their disinterest is more a reflection on me than you. Com Jim Carrey. Ah, lembro. Disinterest is the operative concept here. She's not even responding to my messages anymore. Could be busy. But I'm rapidly approaching a resolution to discard the preposterous infatuation. She? Well, I guess that narrows it down somewhat. Shit. If I think back on the events knowing this, I could probably piece it together. How about if I agree to consult with you about it in private? We can drop it here, before you crack me like a vault. What with your weird romance sleuthing acumen. Alright, deal. It still puzzles me that you are so versed in the topic. Do you have access to a manual archived on a remote server somewhere? What? No, of course not. I don't actually know all that much. I just know this stuff will drive you shit-hive maggots if you don't figure out how to deal with it. That figure out speech you keep using puzzles me too. Like, not that I expect you to give a shit, but personally, I am all twisted up about Blackroom stuff especially. Honestly, I don't think I was cut out to have a kismesis. I think my standards are way too high. Did you know that? This feels so insane to admit, but over the course of this adventure, at times I actually began to suspect I was my own kismesis. How fucked up is that? I am not qualified to say it. Neither romance nor psychologic are my strong suits. But, obviously, it's not true. I never even did any legit time traveling where I could meet myself. I just bickered with past and future ghosts on a chat client. Fitting, really. Every colliginous adversary I've contemplated has eluded me like a phantom. Even myself. Whatever, I'm done with it. And what of Scarlet Ambitions? Fare any better in that quadrant? No, I'm not airing that shit out here. Maybe privately. It's private. Let's change the subject. What were you originally going to ask me? Oh, fine. Here's this silly question for you. I was just wondering, given your vantage on hindsight, if you'd had cause to observe at any point in time magic. Like real magic. I guess what I'm asking is magic a real thing? Wow, you're right. That's kind of the dumbest fucking question I've ever heard. I know. It's just that I have a good reason to believe magic is real. Our ancient predecessors discovered how to use it, but then they may have surpassed us in skill by a great deal. You put way too much stock in that ratty old guide. But anyway, no, we never used magic. I mean, let me try to put into perspective how ridiculous the whole notion is anyway. We can alchemize practically anything with the right materials and grist. We can, and did, make super powerful weapons and items that can do practically anything. What additional advantage could magic offer? All this shit is practically magic anyway, but more like goofy sciencey magic, you know? Sure. But everything here is kind of magic in a way, isn't it? Fortune telling, dream clouds, and golden moons and shit. If you look around, there's magic everywhere in this bitch. It's all around us. Motherfucking miracles, right? What do you need magic for anyway? I'm running out of ideas. I need to figure out a way to stoke this volcano. In case you and the others are successful in recovering the Queen's Ring. You'll figure it out. And you won't need magic, trust me. Just be patient. The answer will come to you somehow. I guess you would know. Yeah, really there's nothing to worry about. At least as far as the details of the adventure go, we were all pretty awesome at this game. Really awesome, in fact. Until a little while ago, when it turned out we weren't actually all that awesome. Turns out we were pretty fucking unawesome all along. Still baffled by what would conceivably cause such a crisis in awesomeness post-victory. Well, for starters, have you scrolled up to the top of the timeline yet? No. Check that out.
Maybe read a few recent memos, but other than that, it's not for you to concern yourself with. Just deal with getting through the quest. I'll catch up with you about it when you catch up with me on the timeline. Which just happens to be right now. Say hi to me for myself. Okay, I probably won't do that, but alright. What the hell are you doing over there anyway? You mean future me? Yeah, you're messing around with your chainsaw. While Tavros is sleeping on the floor. Oh god, fuck, what you're doing? What? What did I do? E daí o Karkat do futuro chegou aqui. Ok, everything's fine, I guess. Outro Karkat do futuro, esse é o 2. What happened? I passed out for about an hour. Fucking embarrassing. You're out of your goddamn mind, you know? Shit hive maggots, you mean? Yeah, in a good way though. Okay, I'm shutting this memo down for my past self, since he's currently lying unconscious on the floor an hour ago. See you in the future now. Till then. E fechou outro memo. Caralho, que é isso? Que porra é essa? Fly up.
Imaginei que você perguntaria.
A última pergunta do ano é: vocês gostam de farinha? I like. É bom pra fazer receita. Hum. 2 horas e 42 de live. Acho que tá bom, né, gente? Sniff, sniff. Hey, Terezi. Hey, hi, Terezi. Hi. Sniff, sniff, sniff. Hehehehehe. Ok, eu não vou aguentar ler isso, não. Terezi e Karkat são coisas que... São vozes que me deixam sem voz depois. Eu li bastante hoje. Eu não sei quantas páginas que eu li. Eu esqueci de ver qual que era a página que eu tava. Devo ter lido mais de 100 páginas hoje. Então é isso, pessoal. Gostaria de agradecer a companhia de todos vocês. Como sempre. Eu sei que HOMESTUCK não é uma parada que todo mundo gosta. Mas para vocês que me acompanham, mesmo no HOMESTUCK, agradeço muito a companhia de vocês, de coração. Valeu aí por comparecerem. O pessoal que tá sempre aí, o Matheus, o Rica, o Ono. Eu vou ficando por aqui. Discurso. Esse ano foi muito bom. Eu consegui terminar muitos jogos. Eu terminei o... Nossa, a gente fez o Pokémon em live, a gente fez o Before the Storm. A gente zerou o Steins Gate, a gente assistiu o Steins Gate. Ano que vem, com sorte, a gente consegue jogar mais Life Strange em live. Ano que vem, com sorte, a gente consegue jogar o Steins Gate 0 em live, talvez. Não vou prometer. Tecnicamente, para eu poder jogar, para eu poder fazer outras coisas em live que não seja HOMESTUCK, eu teria que voltar a fazer live mais dias por semana, né? Então, eu vou ver se eu dou conta de voltar a fazer live mais vezes por semana. Eu vou ver se essa ideia me apetece. Porque eu não quero deixar de fazer live lendo HOMESTUCK, sabe? Eu tô me divertindo fazendo isso, apesar de que nem todo mundo gosta. Mas eu gosto, e é isso que importa. E muito obrigada pela companhia de todos vocês. Esse ano foi excelente. Valeu muito mesmo por a companhia, os subs, os beats, os follows. E principalmente o fato de vocês estarem sempre aí, né? Obrigado pelos lurks também. Feliz ano novo para todos vocês. Boas festas. Espero que 2023 seja excelente para todos nós. Por favor, se cuidem muito bem por conta da pandemônia, que ela ainda existe, por mais que pareça que não, ela ainda está aí. As coisas estão dando uma pioradinha, então se cuidem, pelo amor de Deus. Cuidem da saúde de vocês. Bebam bastante água, que nem eu estou fazendo neste instante agora. Glug, glug. Felicidades, vejo vocês no ano que vem. Pro pessoal do YouTube isso não vai fazer sentido nenhum, mas ok. Pessoal do YouTube, beijo na bunda de vocês. Fala, o Taki-san. E que dê tudo certo aí. Vou ficando por aqui, pessoal. Beijão em todos vocês. Acho que é isso que eu tinha pra dizer. Vejo vocês no ano que vem. Tchau, 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 tchau!